Good evening, Rambler fans, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Molly Brewer.
And I'm Alex Whittler. I love your dress, Molly.
Thanks, I like yours too.
We actually didn't match on purpose. We're just both so excited for women's basketball to heat up.
Speaking of, the women's basketball team started their exhibition season on Tuesday when they hosted the Lewis Flyers. The Ramblers started out with an 11-2 lead, but the Flyers closed out the half on a 43-14 run, capped by one of their 12 first-half free throws. Simone Law helped the Ramblers close out 45-30 with 2 of her 14 points here, and freshman guard Tiana Karopoulos led the team with 15. But the Flyers were just too fast. Lewis had 4 players in double figures, including Alexis Grayer, who got 2 of her 13 off the bench right there. The Ramblers will get a chance for redemption when they host John Carroll on Friday for their last exhibition game.
Loyola senior Brian Beament has been named MVC's Offensive Player of the Week. Beament started the week off scoring the 98th minute against Northwestern, resulting in a 1-0 victory. Beament is on a roll this season as the soccer team wraps it up to begin the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. The Ramblers finish up the regular season Saturday night when they host SIU Edwardsville.
43 years later, and the Los Angeles Lakers still hold first place for the most consecutive wins in NBA history. Adriana Ramos is here to tell us more about their record.
This week in history, we take it back to 1971, when the Los Angeles Lakers set the longest winning streak in NBA history. Their successful streak lasted for 33 consecutive games in over 2 months. Starting on November 5th, 1971, this record began with their victory over the Baltimore Bullets, beating them 110-106. Coached by former Boston Celtic Bill Charman, the Lakers were led by Wilt Chamberlain at center and Jerry West and Gail Goodrich at guard. Goodrich ranked 5th in the league with a scoring average of about 25.9 points per game, while West tied for 6th with an average of 25.8 points per game. Chamberlain led the league in rebounding with an average of 19.2 rebounds per game. The Lakers' winning streak ended January 9th when they lost against the Milwaukee Bucks, 120-104. The Miami Heat were close to breaking this record with 27 consecutive wins in 2012, but were not successful. That's This Week in History. I'm Adriana Ramos.
Such a close call for your home team, the Miami Heat, Adriana. Let's see if they can possibly break the record without LeBron on their team this season.
Well, Molly, do you think you know about Rambler Sports?
I'd like to think that I do.
Well, we head to the streets with Maria to find out how much the Ramblers really know.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria Szatkowski here in the basement of Corboy Law Center, and today we are asking Rambler fans how much they know about certain Rambler sports. And just a heads up to everyone in the audience there, every single question is completely fake and made up. So let's see how much us Ramblers know about our own sports program. Do you think that the men's baseball team has a chance of being successful this year?
To be honest, I didn't even know we had a baseball team. But I'm sure that if we do, they will be very successful, and I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job.
Do we have a baseball team?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they've got a good shot every year. I believe in them.
Do you follow like Loyola sports a lot or keep up?
No, usually none.
Understandable. Do you think it's an incredible feat that the men's volleyball team won back-to-back NCAA championships?
Yeah, I guess that's pretty impressive. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Definitely, because we're such a small school and small team, so I think that's pretty amazing.
Mike Krzyzewski is in his 3rd year of coaching the men's basketball team at Loyola. Do you think he's been, a good addition to the team and that he's coaching the men's basketball team well and appropriately?
I mean, I don't know the guy, but whatever he's doing, he can keep doing whatever he wants to do. I have no opinion on it.
Yeah, keep on keeping on, Mike.
I don't know.
Okay, so Loyola has plans to build a 20,000-seat football stadium in the upcoming years. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that they will be able to fill it with fans and spectators and alumni for these games?
Yeah, that's the one thing, actually, I can talk about that. That's the one thing that I think Loyola's missing is football, because it just jazzes everybody up. Sometimes people don't care about basketball a lot. Volleyball, it's volleyball. But football, everybody gets jazzed about. So yeah, definitely.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, if you promote it more and I think if you promote it, I think so. I think if the stadium would make a huge difference because then we know that the football team has become a more permanent part and plays a bigger role for our school.
Very good. Loyola has been talking about changing their mascot from Lou Wolf and the Ramblers to the Ignatius Iguanas. Do you like that change? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Personally, I didn't even know a Rambler was a wolf per se till coming here, but I like it much better than the iguana option, yes.
I do not like that idea for several reasons, and I'm sure people who actually know the meaning behind the Rambler wolf would agree with me that it kind of takes away from the actual meaning behind St. Ignatius and the St. Ignatian family.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah?
I guess so.
Do you like iguanas a lot?
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of iguanas. I mean, it's a crazy cool animal, so.
It may be the dumbest thing you ever heard. If that happens, I swear to God I'm dropping out.
Yeah. It's happened. Yeah.
Official thing? Are you kidding me?
Well, not this year, but probably next year. You still drop out? Are you graduating?
I'm going to graduate this spring. Thank God I'm never going to be an iguana. That's stupid. I would say worse things, but yeah, that's bad.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Well, Alex, I'm glad we know more about Loyola sports than they do.
Me too. All right, women's soccer. They finished the season Sunday with the 3-2 loss against Drake in Des Moines, Iowa. The game was safely in the Bulldogs' hands for most of the game, but the Ramblers did their best to tie the game late. In the 89th minute, Valerie Gagnon scored to pull Loyola within one, but they couldn't find the net again to force overtime. It was a difficult season for the women's soccer team on the whole as they finished in the second to last place in the conference.
Third time's a charm for cross-country athlete Sam Penzenstadler. The senior runner has been named MVC Scholar Athlete of the Week for the third time this season. The honor is a combination of athletic success and academic dedication. On November 1st, Penzenstadler finished first runner-up at the MVC Cross-Country Championships with an 8K time of 23:59. Next Friday, the cross-country team will head to the NCAA Midwest Regional Races.
Now let's turn to Jake Mazanke in this week's Timeout segment to get an inside look at the first game for the men's basketball team.
Hi, I'm here with Christian Thomas, senior forward on the men's basketball team. Christian, with your season coming, starting here in a little bit less, or a little over a week now, what do you think about the first game here?
Obviously, we're very excited for it. Just get a chance to kind of get back into it and play against someone else. So that's always exciting.
Awesome. And what are you looking forward to most this season?
Just building on a lot of things that happened last year. I think now we've kind of gotten a taste of the Missouri Valley Conference. We can know what to expect, and then of course going back towards Milton's shot at Arch Madness. Hopefully, gives us some momentum going into it.
And what are your expectations here? Going into a season after winning your first game in Arch Madness and kind of building off your first Missouri Valley season.
Yeah, really, just kind of. I guess just moving forward, like I said, we know what to expect now. We're not the new kids on the block anymore. So I think going forward, we can kind of anticipate a lot of the things our opponents are going to do and then figure out counters to be more successful.
And how are you looking to establish your pros presence this year with a lot of the other guys that were down low with you last year that have left?
Yeah, we did have some guys leave, but we also brought in a lot of new pieces that I think have made our team better. So I think that'll definitely help out a lot, make the transition a lot easier.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Christian.
Yep, no problem.
Hi, I'm here with Jeff White, junior guard for the men's basketball team. Jeff, again, just talking to Christian. What are you looking forward to most in your first game here?
First, I'm looking to see how the team is. We've been battling with each other since the whole summer, so seeing where we at against someone else new is something I'm looking forward to.
And how have practices this year been going so far for you?
Practice has been real competitive. Each player been going at each other every day, day in, day out. Everybody been working hard, so I'm very excited for this group. Yeah.
Awesome. And is there anyone that's stood out, especially the guys coming in? Is there anyone that stood out so far?
Everyone been working hard, but for Montel James, JUCO transfer, he's been playing great, finishing down low, running the rim, very effective on both ends of the floor. So I'm happy to watch him have a great career in this Valley this year.
Awesome. And what game are you looking forward to this year the most?
I'm actually looking forward to every game, We're probably playing against Bradley on my 21st birthday, and I get to play back at home. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And from here on out, I'm basically looking forward to every game,
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thanks, Jake. The men's and women's basketball teams will begin regular season play on November 14th in doubleheader against Rockhurst.
Freshman volleyball player Caroline Holt was recently named MVC Freshman of the Week. Holt is the first Rambler to win a conference weekly award this season for women's volleyball. She did a great job on the offensive side this weekend by dishing out a career-high 69 assists in only 4 sets against Evansville. Holt leads the rankings in assists per game. She's 13th nationally and second among freshmen. The Ramblers are looking to get back on the winning track this Friday against Illinois State.
Here at Rambler Sports Locker, we like to give shout-outs to all sports. Even though I'm a true American football fan, we're going to talk Premier League football this week's Ramble.
Hey y'all, and welcome to this week's Weekly Ramble. I'm your host, Milat Mehta, and I'm joined by our first-time challenger, Alfredo Rodriguez, and our reigning champion, Bridget Murphy. So we are going to be talking about the sport, my friend Adam's favorite sport, land hockey as he likes to call it. And our question is, which team in the Premier League is going to be the biggest threat to Chelsea? And so, B-Murph, we're going to let you start it out.
I'm going to have to go with Man City because not only were they the champions last year, they still have one of those potent attacks in the league, and they only lost players and a little bit of their defense, which will be easier to come back than, say, losing a coach like Manchester United, and they have the depth as opposed to Liverpool, for example.
All right, really awesome points. Alfredo, what do you got to say to that?
I would have to say Arsenal has the biggest chance of being like a threat to Chelsea because they have a really extensive roster. They have a lot of during the summer they got to buy a lot of players that will make the team more competitive instead of just an 11-player squad for every single game. And especially in tournaments like the Premier League, where it's really demanding since they play 38 games a year and they have to be switching players constantly.
All right, so depth is definitely a really big thing there. Okay, now B-Murph, I know that the players are the big thing here, and Man City has actually lost one of their managers, or could lose one of their managers for a while, Manuel Pellegrini. Don't you think that's going to hurt them in the long run?
It might, but I do think that since they do have a cohesive unit that works very well together, such as their offense, they're very productive, I think that will bring them through as opposed to their manager.
All right, fair enough. And Alfredo, though Arsenal has bought a lot of players, one of them, their young bright star, Sergej Gnarris, we have no idea, he's got a long-term injury, how he's going to come back. Won't that hurt them as well?
I don't think that will hurt them because they have other players such as Santi Cazorla, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and the returning Theo Walcott to the pitch, and also players like Joel Campbell and Oliver Giroud who can make, and especially Alexis Sanchez, who's having a great season, and they can make a huge difference. And also there are players who have been playing together for a lot of years by now because they've been playing for Arsenal since they were young, and now they're reaching an age of maturity where the fact that they're being playing together makes it easier for them to understand each other inside of the pitch.
All right, awesome. I'm going to give you each a chance to quickly rebut each other's arguments. Bridget, go for it.
My thing about Arsenal is that even though they have all of the pieces, they can't really put the puzzle together. I mean, just the other day, they were winning 3-0, which in a soccer game is huge, but then it ended up in a draw with just 3 goals in the second half by the other team. My thing is that if Man City and Arsenal played each other, Arsenal would probably get Man City handled.
I think that Man City has now shown its weakness this week since they lost to CSKA Moscow in the Champions League, and they're really missing David Silva, who's gonna be out of the pitch for for 4 months due to a serious injury, which is their best player, and they don't have how to replace him, and it's very likely for Man City to have a decline in their game. While
Good points, good points. All right, y'all. Those are some really awesome points made all around. And even though I think that Southampton's the team to beat here after Chelsea, I'm going to actually give it to Alfredo here. He did a great job of talking about the entire manpower that Arsenal had, and I just don't think we saw enough guys from Man City. Now back to y'all at the desk.
Those were some pretty fair points, but I think we can all agree on the fact that Milat puts the man in Manchester.
Yeah, and he's not even British. But the real spectacle is this week's viral video.
Molly, I've got to find myself a dog like that. It's just like Air Bud from childhood. Well, that just about wraps it up for this week.
Make sure to visit our website at ramblersportslocker.com, and you can check us out on Twitter and Facebook at any of the handles you see listed below. I'm Molly Brewer.
And I'm Alex Whittler. Thanks for stopping by the locker, and don't forget to turn out the lights.